So in that video, you see 53-year-old Kyoko Takahashi involved in a protest against the Olympics. She had said that the reason she was opposed to it is because still less than 14% of Japan has been vaccinated, which is actually quite a bit higher than when we started talking about these protests. It was at 9%, so they're doing a little bit better. But she wanted to show that she was opposed to it, so she waited in line for the torch to be run past, where she produced a super soaker to try to put it out. Obviously, the optics are a little bit funny, but she has a point. Like, bringing the Olympics here is potentially going to get people sick, cost people their lives. And while this one, it might be a little bit easier for it to go viral because of the imagery, these sorts of protests have been going on for a few months. And so I'm glad that this is something that's at least gonna get some recognition internationally for it. Sabrina, what do you think?
I like her protest. I mean, as long as like what's in there is just water and not something crazy like acid, but I mean, it's a plastic little super soaker water gun. It's fine. She's not going to hurt anybody, but she definitely got her voice heard. And like you said, I think her concerns are super valid. And I mean, it goes to show that her concerns were valid because now there's a state of emergency and they're not allowing spectators. So who knows? Maybe it's gonna keep getting worse.
Yeah, maybe. Well, as a result of this, not only did I learn about what she's involved in, but I found out that there's apparently a long history of protests involving Olympic flame. It's happened in multiple countries going back literally decades. And it has at least once succeeded. It has been someone that snatched, I think in Rio, and actually put it out. So she wasn't successful. That was just one part of the torch's route though. Now that that's gone viral, I think that it might spread. You could have a couple of people, and there were bigger super soakers. I don't know if you remember, maybe it wasn't when you were a kid, but when I was a kid, there were some pretty big ones. They should definitely watch out. Anyway, like we're joking, but they should take it seriously. You gotta protect people. Japan has lost 14,800 people, which is, it's much better than the US for their population size. Obviously, they're doing a lot better, but that is still a devastating death toll. And it's not weird or wrong or unexpected that their population would like to keep those numbers low.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.